Hey everyone, Matt from Soundrolling.com. Thank you for joining me for part 2 of this playlist. Hopefully you're playing it in order. The whole point of this episode is to show you about the new concealer, and then a few kind of tips, tricks, and hacks that I've seen other people do as well, rather successfully. So it's made up of kind of 4 parts, really. Let me kind of get in close. So the whole point is you have basically a kind of clothing clip. You kind of have this wire that's helping give a bit more room. Sorry, I'll try not to blow on the mic while I'm using it to talk to. And then we have a 2-part concealer that you can actually take apart. So let me just kind of, I guess first things first, to unclip it, we go from the side, and it just unclips off. And now you can see the 2 halves. So you get this kind of front half is obviously when the mic will stick in, and then we have a back half. Now, what I've seen a few people do is actually just not even bother with the bottom half and just use some kind of top stick or some other kind of adhesive on the bottom here to get an even lower profile. We can also take out, they just click into place. You can also take it out, and now you have a really, really low kind of concealer there. Again, important to note that when you're putting it on the concealer, there's actually on the DPA, if I just have everything together, to pull it out successfully, just pull from the cable. Often I see on the videos that you're meant to slightly open it, but I just didn't want to kind of snap it too early. So you should be able to see that there's a little dot here and not on there. And so you always want to put the dot facing out towards. And actually on the concealer, although it's mainly for kind of top address, it does have a slight circle at the kind of base here as well. And so should hopefully, give you a kind of all-round solution. So whether you want to use this extra clip on the top is up to you. Some people would obviously prefer to put moleskin. Again, the whole point of this is just that it's a very flexible product. Okay, and so now on the bottom, we just have a clothing clip. We can easily kind of take this out. It's a bit of pain, to be honest, at the start. Okay, now the clothing clip is really kind of tricky the first couple of times you use it. Essentially, there's 2 little grooves on one side. And so what you're going to do is with the kind of little hooks at the back there, you kind of slide it in through the holes. So, and then it should just push down until it gets to the bottom here. Now, I think mine have become slightly bent somehow because they don't really, there was on the demo video that they do, they're just meant to click in. But this one definitely doesn't. You are taking it out, simply bending it until it comes round, and then it comes out like so. So here's an option of if you were just to put top stick on the bottom of the DPA, and then even on a shirt, you could use the stickier side, just along the inside till it's coming out. Oh, this is a crazy noisy shirt, but you get the idea. So it's hidden just in there. You can't see it. The great thing about the DPA Slim is it's such low profile. But if we wanted to use the bottom attachment as well, there's like two little grooves, 2 grooves that are kind of bigger at the top. And then this will just kind of click in. And then you have basically your normal concealer, and then you can always re-stick some top stick on it, and you can do exactly the same thing that I just did before. Maybe a little too close to the edge. Again, you've always got to be careful when your camera is to the side. But again, if we dealt with the kind of cable noise using some other solutions, then actually the concealer itself is obviously containing the mic pretty well. It should be noted though that, again, because of that dot at the front, you kind of almost want to stick it to the bottom of the shirt. So sticking it to the bottom should add a little more clarity, hopefully. It's more top address, so it can be a little bit tricky. Wiry bits, and if you want to, you could use the other side of the concealer, but you could also, if you had something like moleskin, kind of put that on the back, and then it makes it even lower profile. Again, the whole point is keeping this dot facing outwards, and so do consider that when you're actually miking people as well. So yeah, and that should work pretty well. So join me in the next video where I'll use the buttonhole mount.